Hey guys, as promised, I am finally doing a beauty room and makeup collection video. I have cleaned for the most part. I may or may not include the part that's not cleaned, and I feel finally ready to do this. So without further ado, let's just do this. So this is the view when you first walk in the door. This is Aspen's little makeup table. She has a mirror inside of her caboodle, and most mornings she'll come down and she'll sit and put on a little bit of shimmery whatnot before she goes to school. So I'm always sitting at my desk over here saying to her, not too much, not too much. And for the most part she listens. There's just some little bits and bobs down here. That blue thing, why is that there? That blue thing is a paint swatch from my office. I don't know why it's in here, but whatever. So these are they're fabric, and I use them as backgrounds. So far only on one picture on Instagram, but perhaps I'll use it a bit more often because I actually really like it. I got it, I think, for like $10 on, was it like Wish or something? I can't remember which website I bought it on. If I can remember, if I can figure it out, I will link it down below because, I mean, it's quite big. It's just held up with little like sticky clips, and I think it's really pretty. I also have another one over here. As you can see, it's just a little forest scene. I'll move the light out of the way, and it's quite large. Because this room has no windows and therefore no natural light, I really wanted something that brought a little bit of the outside in. So I like this one. I don't use it as a backdrop just because of where it's located, but I just really like the ambiance that it gives. This wall is obviously naked, and that's because I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with it. Because this room is very small, like this is the part that's not cleaned, so just ignore all that. It's quite narrow. So I don't really want shelves on here because then I'd knock into them, and so some sort of poster or something, I'm not sure. I'll figure something out and put it there eventually. So there is the Tower of Shame. I just turned the overhead lights on by accident. Change that. Yeah, so just like random clothes that I wear in my videos that I just forget to take upstairs, and then just an assortment of crap that needs to be dealt with. These are just dirty brushes right here that I will eventually get around to cleaning with the cleaning stuff that's up here. So then we have the desk. There's the lighting setup such as it is, and then here is where I do my makeup every morning. And then we have the shelf here that you guys see in the background. There's the chair that I sit on, and my super cute little cushion that I use as like a backrest. But first, lipstick. And then just some garbagey stuff down there. This book is where I'll write out like video ideas and all that kind of stuff. This is going to be in a video soon. Those are the samples that I have strong feelings about. Samples that I'm using up in my mini project that I'm doing are going to go in that little box, and then there's just an extra box for storage underneath. So let's do lips first, and then we will do eyeshadow and then other. So I have a set, like an acrylic set here. This is from By Allegory. I'll link them down below. And here's where I keep some of my ColourPop Luxe lipsticks. I guess it would help if I put them in frame. And then all of my MAC lipsticks are in there as well. I also have my container full of mini lipsticks. This is from the Cosmetic Archive, and again, they will be linked down below. I also have lipsticks over here. So taller lipsticks like the ABH liquid lipsticks, and then just a random assortment here. There's some Ciate, a Tarte gloss, and then random other things in there. These ones are just a little bit tall for the drawer, so I keep them in these acrylic containers, again from By Allegory. I also have an Alex drawer set here, which just sits beside the desk. The desk is also from IKEA, but they don't come as a set. And so on this drawer is the rest of my lip products. So again, this container here, all the containers in these drawers are from the Cosmetic Archive. These holders are actually designed specifically to fit within the Alex drawer system, so you know they're going to be wide enough, long enough. There is actually a little bit of space, so I always keep it to the front, but there's a little bit of space at the back, which I like because it means that the very back row of product you can actually see and pick up. If that went all the way to the very back of the drawer, I wouldn't be able to see it and I wouldn't be able to get it out. So in terms of actual lip products, I'm not going to go through every single one of them because, as you can see, there's quite a bit. Although I am happy to see that I have some extra space here, and currently I'm not feeling the need to fill that up, so that is good. And you can see I have the Fenty lip glosses. FYI, if you have the original one and you're feeling really compelled to get the other one, you really don't need it. Once I apply them, they both look the exact same, so whatever. A couple Charlotte Tilbury, some Sugarpill, more ColourPop ones here. I've got a row of like drugstore, L'Oreal, and Maybelline lipsticks here, some Bite, some Too Faced and YSL products over here, a bunch of Wet n Wild liquid catsuits, some Lime Crime, Maybelline at the back, and then obviously a bunch of other stuff as well. So that is it. That's it for lip products. It is far more than anybody needs. I feel like I have to do a disclaimer because anybody who ever does a collection video does a disclaimer. But at the same time, like, you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't interested in beauty, and me showing my collection is not me saying like, ha ha ha, look what I have and you don't. That isn't it at all, and it's not saying, hey, you really need this much, because you don't. I don't. I know I don't. I'm not a working makeup artist, I'm just a hoarder. That's all there is to it. So you're gonna read into this video what you want, but this is not me trying to feel superior in any way. This has been a requested video. I am proud of my collection, not from like a hoity-toity, look at me, I'm better than you stance, not at all. Just from a, I've been collecting this for like 6 years, 7 years, just about 7 years, and this is the fruits of my labor. So there it is. So let's get back into the collection, having said that. Okay, so eyeshadow palettes are scattered throughout. So these were just little $3 decorations that I picked up for Christmas time, but I kind of like the message, so I'm going to leave them up for a little bit. I have ABH palettes up here, a Tarte and a Juicy palette. I haven't gotten around to using that one yet. My MAC holiday one, some Morphe and Jaclyn Hill ones, which I meant to review like 3 months ago and just obviously never got around to it. And then a couple of KVD ones down there. Over here are my 3 full-size perfumes that I have. A Pat McGrath, Violet Voss, and then almost all of my Juvia's Place palettes. There is one more, it just won't fit right now. So there's that. A little fake plant, because that's the only kind of plant I can actually manage to sustain, because I am a terrible black thumb of death. So now we have the Gemini palette, the 2 Huda Beauty palettes, the Violet Voss, I don't know what this one was called, the Pro palette? No, hashtag palette. And then towards the back here, there is a Tarte Magnetic palette with like that mermaid scales on it. Somebody mentioned that it was like kind of distracting in the background of videos, so I've just put it to the matte black side. And in there I have some singles. These are from Suva Beauty, Makeup Geek, Sugarpill, and then just a random assortment from brands that I can't remember right now. I can't remember where I got this palette organizer. I think it was just on Amazon. If you look up like acrylic makeup organizers, I think that's where it was. Down here are some more palettes. So I've got ColourPop on the left, Pure Cosmetics, Blush Tribe, Ace Beauty. These palettes are fantastic, by the way. Violet Voss, BH Cosmetics, another Blush Tribe, Pretty Weird Cosmetics. These I have shown in a recent video. They hold all of my like Makeup Geek shadows and all that kind of thing. All the single pans that aren't in other little palettes are all housed here. And then Jeffree Star Blood Palette, or Blood Sugar Palette. God, that makes a big difference, that word sugar. Then I have another little case here. I think it's just so super cute. I think it's like a mailbox or something. I got it at like HomeSense or something, but I like the little cactuses. So I have the palettes that I want to devote a little bit more time to in here, just because like this one with the shipping and the customs ended up costing way more than it's worth, like way more than it's worth. And frankly, I would actually depot it if I wasn't afraid of shattering all the shadows that are in there. So I've got the Sephora Pro, whatever this one was called, the Smoky Jewels palette. That's a fairly recent purchase for me. The other Juvia's Place that won't fit in the other slot over there is housed here. Smoke Sessions, my Natasha Gold palette, Born to Run, and then the Thirsty palette from Jeffree Star, and the Tarte number 2, the Tartelette in Bloom one. But wait, that's not all. Here's another drawer of eyeshadow palettes. So we've got the Too Faced Chocolate Bar, the Chocolate Gold, the Naked Cherry one, some more Too Faced palettes, Natasha Denona, Urban Decay over here. What the hell is this? Oh, this is an Urban Decay as well. My Inglot singles, Give Me Glow, Lime Crime. This one's from Hito Cosmetics, some NARS. And then there is another little magnetic palette at the back with some Makeup Forever shadows in there. But that's not all either. So, over here. This drawer, these drawer systems, there's 2 of them. I got them from IKEA as well, and they obviously fit perfectly in this desk. So in this drawer, there are some more palettes. So I've got the Huda Beauty Minis, a Melt Stack, Kat Von D Metal Matte one. And then I had this like inane idea that I was going to depot all of these, but that was just a really colossally dumb idea. I did manage to get one out and one single solitary shadow depotted before I gave up, so I basically just ruined that palette, but I've got it housed inside an old Z palette, and I'm kind of hoping for the best there. And then these are some drugstore palettes that I have here. So these are all CoverGirl palettes down here, Wet n Wild over here, the new Butter palette from Physicians Formula, which I intend to review, but my intentions often go awry, so we'll see if that happens. In case it doesn't, it is actually pretty good, so I am impressed with that, but I've only used it like twice, so don't take that as Bible yet. That is it for eyeshadow palettes. There are single shadows. So we're gonna talk down here. I know I'm jumping around. I hope you don't get seasick, but I'm doing the best I can. So another container here. Well, there's 2 of them. They're 2 mini containers from the Cosmetic Archive. So one has larger squares, that's for foundation. And then this one is for single shadows. So these are eyeshadow pencils, Milk Makeup liquid pigments, and then other single shadows in there. And then these are all the foundations that I have. Again, it is far too freaking much, but for the majority of this year, I really did operate on this standpoint of, I've got to try everything and review it for everybody. No, I don't. I really don't, because then I end up with fucking like 25 freaking foundations. I also have ColourPop shadows in here, and then in this drawer as well. I don't know where I got this. I think it was at like HomeSense or something like that. And then there are the Stila Shimmer and Glow, Glitter and Glows, whatever they're called. Far more than I need in there. I also have a few housed in here. So these are just outliers. They're ones that I purchased after I filled up the other drawers, so they're just living in here for now. That is it for eyeshadows. So over here, okay, I'm going to talk about that bag in a second. Yeah, I keep a puffer on my desk at all times because my lungs are crap. I fell asleep last night and then woke up like 15 minutes later having a complete and utter asthma attack for no reason whatsoever. So I have one on like every floor of my house and in my purse because you just never know when it's going to strike. There are some more eyeshadows in here actually as I'm going through this. I've shown these in my products I've hit pan on. So these are just some singles that I want to give a little bit more attention to. This shadow here and here I had set up in a palette like this and then dropped it, which is why they're looking a little janky. So I want to give them a little bit of love and get some use out of them. So this huge acrylic set here, I did order off of Amazon. I can't remember the brand that I bought it from. If I can figure it out, I will let you know. But again, just Google acrylic makeup organizers and you will find no end of these. I'm not going to lift it up, but this lid actually lifts up. It's not a drawer that pulls out, and I keep some lashes in there. I also, obviously, as you can see, have lashes in this more deep bottom drawer. And then this one I have not organized. There's some setting sprays and then just some like random other bits and bobs that have accumulated there. Over here, so if you've watched my samples or whatever video, I can't remember what I called it, but where I talked about trying to use up my samples, these are all full-sized mascaras towards the back, but these are the sample mascaras that I'm working my way through, and then the mini palettes that I want to focus on as well. Up here are the concealers that I have, and then brow products, and then some full-sized, oh god, I can't get it out because it's just so full. There we go, some full-size like eyelid primers, things like that. And then glitter liners and just some fun stuff in there. I had to move stuff around to make room for the minis, which is why this is such a mishmash. This used to just be concealers and brow products, and everything fit much nicer than it's currently doing. So here are some more minis up towards the front here that I'm trying to work my way through. And then the mini setting sprays, and then these are some full-size products towards the very back, like powder foundations here. And then in this drawer are the rest of the minis that I'm working on. So foundations, setting powders, eyeliners, and a crap ton of primers, like more primers than I know what to do with. So I filmed that, and then in the process of cleaning, I found this little bag. I feel all very fancy that it's Gucci, but it was actually free when I bought some stuff at Shoppers Drug Mart. And inside are yet more minis. So I guess I'm gonna have to add them into the tally somehow, or save them and work on them later. They really just kind of came and ruined my jam. And I love the cat hair all over it because the cats find these things and just lie on them. So what else do we have? We have another drawer over here, and this is all like face products. So highlighters, blushes, there's some bronzers in there as well. There is a bit of a mixed bag, and again, I have done a bit of a declutter, so I have made some room in there, which is nice. And again, I'm not feeling compelled to fill it up at all. I kind of like having the empty slots. It's just gives me a false sense of hope or something, I don't know. All right, so we've gone through the drawer. The very bottom drawer is just like a catch-all for crap that I'm not even going to bother showing because it's like twinkle lights and rubbing alcohol and just crap like that. This top drawer is also a catch-all. Makeup wipes, some like hair setting spray stuff, tweezers, eyelash curler, which I never use, pens, scissors, just random stuff in there. This drawer down here has all sorts of glitters and loose pigments. This was just a note that I received from Macy, who owns the Cosmetic Archive. She did give me some of those holders as PR basically, and this was the note that she put in, and so I'm keeping that because it means a lot to me. It was so generous of her, and I just really appreciate that, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this little note. The next drawer down has some loose pigments, has some garbage, apparently. These are just zoom filters or whatever for my camera, and then some more loose pigments and eyeliners. On the very bottom is just another catch-all with a bunch of random crap in there, where I collect my empty MAC products or MAC products that I'm no longer going to use, so that I can do the back to MAC thing, and empty magnetic palettes and stuff like that. And then this is just a random palette that's sitting here from Blush Tribe. One more drawer, and it's this big one here. So this is where I keep my, basically most of my cheek products, or my cheek palettes anyways. These are all lip pencils in here. that fancy Chanel thing that I managed to get for free with Shoppers Drug Mart points, which I'm still so stoked about. A loose powder. This is actually the RCMA powder, but I put it in an empty e.l.f. loose powder case. Fenty, whatever these things are called, matchsticks. Yeah, matchsticks. The Cali Contour Kit. Honestly, if you're looking for a really good, super functional face palette, this is one that I would definitely recommend. I use it a ton. Likewise, this one from MAC. This is part of their holiday collection, the Shiny Pretty Things. I believe that they're having a 25% off sale right now. You can see how much I've used it, and I've only had it for a couple of months. And then some others. So there's highlighting palettes, loose ones. This I depotted here from the Urban Decay Back Talk palette right here because I hated the packaging on that so much. And then some more, a cream contour kit from Makeup Forever, which I love, and you can see I've hit pan on that contour shade. BH Cosmetics blush palette, Natasha Denona blush palette, and then my Fit Me, which again you can see that I've hit pan there too. So that's basically it, really. Brushes, I guess, if you want to see. So okay, so here's just a few other random things, like setting sprays sit up here. Perfume samples are in this gigantic mouth. Micellar water here, and then I use this to try to tame my hair somewhat before videos. It doesn't really work out. That like circle thing over here, that was a background for maybe like 2 videos back when I had my old setup. I just don't know what to do with it, and Aspen really likes it, so I just leave it in here. And then brushes are housed in this container here that I got from Winners or HomeSense or something like that. And for some reason, I just get a kick out of the fact that it says things. I don't know why, I just really like that. So blending type brushes are over here, more precise brushes or silicone glitter applicators, just other types of brushes are in this container. You can see that sponges are there, and then face brushes are over here. And that is it. That is, I think I have got everything. I don't think I've forgotten anything else. Nope, don't think so. So there you have it. That is my beauty room. Room is a little bit ambitious for this space because it is very small, but I love it. It is my happy place, and I spend a lot of time here, and that was my collection. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any ideas on what I should do with that bare wall, aside from, you know, cleaning it, feel free, let me know. What do you think you would do with it? Or if you have links to any like good, cheap wall prints, anything like that, let me know. I do have some, I'll show you really quickly. You've seen some of them in backgrounds, but just hold tight. So I have the Good Vibes Only one, and then the You Got This one. One of my particular favorites, Don't Let Idiots Ruin Your Day, because idiots will try. And then my Hello, I'm Canadian one, which I just think is really cute because it's full of all Canadian isms, some of which I didn't even know were Canadian. Like Giver, I didn't know that that was a Canadian ism, or cyberspace, I didn't know that we had claim to that, but certainly all of these I totally understand and get a kick out of, so I really like that. So I'm thinking I might hang these up, but I don't know, I have no interior decorative skills whatsoever, so there it is. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I know this was a long video. I can say that because I know how long I've been talking, and there's not much that I can edit out of this, so thanks for hanging in there. I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.